What if I told you that one tiny habit, something that takes less than 5 minutes every morning, could completely change the way you think, feel, and show up in your life? It sounds dramatic, I know, but that's exactly what happened to me. And I'm not alone. This is something that top performers, elite athletes, CEOs, and even psychologists swear by. It's simple, powerful, and best of all, anyone can do it. In this video, I'm going to share what the habit is, how I practice it step by step, why it works from both a scientific and personal standpoint, and how it transformed my mindset, energy, and productivity in just 30 days. I'll even walk you through some common obstacles and how to overcome them, so you can make this part of your own daily routine. Let's take it back a few months. I was in a rut, and not the dramatic, everything is falling apart kind of rut. It was more subtle, like a slow leak in my energy and confidence. I was sleeping in more than usual, skipping workouts, feeling uninspired at work. I'd wake up, reach for my phone, and instantly get pulled into other people's priorities, texts, emails, headlines, social media. And before I even got out of bed, my brain was already overwhelmed. Sound familiar? I felt like I was constantly behind, like the day was controlling me instead of the other way around. It was exhausting. It wasn't until one morning, after hitting snooze for the third time and staring at my reflection in the bathroom mirror, that it really hit me. I didn't recognize myself anymore. That's when I asked a question that changed my life. What if I took just 5 minutes every morning to center myself before the chaos began? No phone, no distractions, just a few minutes for me. I didn't know exactly what I'd do in those 5 minutes, but I committed to figuring it out. Over the next week, I tested different routines, breathing exercises, journaling, visualization, until I landed on a simple 4-step process that I now call my 5-minute morning reset. And trust me, this tiny ritual is more powerful than it sounds. Here's how it works. Step 1. Sit in silence for 1 minute. That's it. No guided meditation, no background music, no fancy tools. Just you, your breath, and a little peace. At first, it felt uncomfortable. My brain wanted to jump to my to-do list, check my notifications, or replay conversations from yesterday, but I stuck with it. And slowly, that 1 minute of silence became something I looked forward to. It became a reset button, a way to clear the mental clutter before it had a chance to build up. Research shows that even brief moments of stillness help reduce cortisol levels. That's your body's main stress hormone, and activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which helps you feel calm and focused. Step 2. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. I know you've probably heard this one before, but there's a reason gratitude journaling is so popular. It works. When you take time to notice what's going well in your life, you start to train your brain to look for the positive instead of the negative, and the benefits go way beyond good vibes. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude can boost serotonin and dopamine levels in the brain, both of which are associated with happiness and motivation. Your list doesn't have to be deep or profound. Some mornings I wrote down my morning coffee, the way the sun hits the window, or a good laugh with a friend. The key is to feel the emotion behind the words. That feeling, that's what rewires your brain. Step 3. Set one intention for the day. This is different from a to-do list. It's not about tasks. It's about mindset. You're essentially choosing how you want to show up in the world that day. Some days I'd write, today I will lead with patience. Other days, today I'll focus on progress, not perfection. This one sentence becomes your internal GPS for the day. When challenges come, and they always do, you can return to your intention like a compass. It helps you act instead of react, and it creates emotional stability when life feels unpredictable. Step 4. Visualize one success. Close your eyes for 1 minute and picture yourself achieving a goal. Not just thinking about the goal, but seeing yourself in it. What does it look like? How does it feel? What are you doing? This could be a big goal, like giving a confident presentation at work, or something small, like eating a healthy lunch, or having a peaceful evening at home. When you visualize success, your brain starts to believe it's already possible, because in a way, it already happened in your mind. Visualization is a technique used by Olympic athletes, Navy SEALs, and high-level executives. It helps prime your brain to take action and builds the emotional resilience needed to follow through. So now you're probably wondering, does this actually work? Here's what happened. After 30 days of doing the 5-minute morning reset consistently. First, I felt more in control of my day. I wasn't being pulled in 100 directions anymore. I had clarity. I stopped procrastinating on small tasks and started taking more intentional action. My energy improved. I started eating better and working out again. Not because I forced myself, but because I wanted to. I had more confidence, and I finally launched this YouTube channel. Something I'd talked about for years, but never acted on. The difference wasn't the result, it was the routine. And listen, I'm not saying this is some magical fix. It's not. It's simple. But that's the point. Most people don't stick with habits because they make them too complex. They wait for motivation, or they think change only comes through struggle and sacrifice. But what I learned is that consistency beats intensity. Small, daily actions, repeated over time, create massive results. Now let's talk real talk. Why don't most people stick with habits like this, even when they know they work? Because they underestimate the power of consistency. We've been conditioned to believe that if it's not hard, it's not valuable. But what if the most transformative thing you could do for yourself wasn't adding more pressure, but creating more peace? What if 5 minutes of intention in the morning could save you hours of stress, distraction, and emotional chaos later in the day? The truth is, it can, but you won't know until you try. So here's my challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, before you touch your phone, before you open your email or respond to the world, take 5 minutes for you. Sit in silence. Write down 3 gratitudes. Set 1 intention. Visualize 1 success. That's it. You don't need a journal, an app, or perfect timing. Just show up for 5 imperfect, beautiful minutes. Then come back here and leave a comment. Tell me how it felt. If you've done something similar, I'd love to hear your version. We're building a community of people who are elevating their lives, one small habit at a time. And if this resonated with you, consider sharing this video with someone who needs a reset too. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Tools, habits, and real stories to help you grow. Remember, you don't need a massive overhaul. You just need 5 minutes of your morning and the willingness to believe in what those minutes can become. One habit, one morning, one elevation at a time.